There we go. Well, welcome everybody. It is great to see everybody here this morning on this cold morning in Northern Virginia area. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. We are here every week at 9 o'clock. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. We are sponsored by the Kauffman Foundation. And the Kauffman Foundation, we've got about 120 chapters around the country to help entrepreneurs, providing educational opportunities to help all us entrepreneurs learn how to take risks and also to own our own success. So with that, we are both a national and local mission. We are, as I mentioned, we have over 120 chapters across the country, meeting at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock every Wednesday morning. We are built on key pillars. These are all about presentations and not pitches. We are looking to build authentic connections. It's not about the networking, but I'm going to say it's organic relationships. And then we are run for the community and by the community. We are made up of all volunteers, which we'll talk about in a minute, and we are both radically and intentionally inclusive. So we've got, I think we've got some visitors. And so with that, those people who are new or haven't been here for a while, if you'd raise your hand and introduce yourself, that would be great. Your name, company, and how you heard about us would be awesome. So who do we have? Shira, it's been a while.
It's been a long while. Yeah, Shira Lotzar. My company is Purposeful Hire. My tagline is for every hire, there is a higher purpose. Do a bunch of things in the workforce, recruiting, career coaching, small business coaching, all kinds of stuff. I don't even remember how I heard of 1 Million Cups. It was a long minute ago. But I was here a few times, met Jen at that time and Reggie Holmes at that time. Melinda, you and I met a long time ago through a different source. John, you and I have known each other for 200 years.
Indeed.
So a little bit of an old home old home week to be here. So glad to be here.
Awesome.
Did you just say you've known him for 200 years? What?
Not 200. He's looking really good for 200.
As you are, Shira.
199.
And then we've got the other half, Eliyahu. Great to see you, sir.
Good morning. Great to see you. And even better to hear you. You are like so set up to be a radio announcer. John Foster coming to you from WFOS in DC. Yeah, it's I love the voice. Good morning.
Oh, good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too. So my name's Eliyahu Lotzar. I am Shira's other half, and we each have separate businesses that overlap. Mine is a little bit more on the organizational health, organizational transformation side of things, leadership development programs of various sorts. I also partner with the Adizes Institute worldwide, and I love what I do.
Awesome. Glad to have you here, Eliyahu. Yeah, keep coming back. All right. Who else do we have?
I think Ahmad may be new. If Ahmad wants to unmute and introduce himself.
Yes.
And if not, that's okay.
Tammy Miller raised her hand.
Yes, that's me. My name is Tammy. I have been joining, but not recently. But again, my name is Tammy. I just launched my blog called Thrift and Styles. Basically, it's a blog about thrifting while styling. I'm catering it to more of women over particularly 50, but anyone can actually, come and be able to get inspired by going to the thrift stores and find inspiring pieces. That's it.
Awesome. Great. Wonderful to have you here, Tammy, and keep coming back.
Yeah, my name's.
There we go.
Yeah, everyone, I'm back. So I was there last week, in-person event. My name is Alex Backlund. I'm the managing partner of Good Conversion Marketing. So we do SEO, web design, development, and social media. I found out about this through Jen Dalton.
Oh, great. Great. Welcome, Alex. Glad to have you here. All right. Anybody else? I think that covers everybody. All right. If you all would, if you haven't yet, please check in, use that QR code on your screen. That will, that helps us out. We are working towards continuing to, build attendees. That helps us out with the Kauffman Foundation. They provide us some cool stuff. If you were at the meeting, our in-person meeting, and the next one, the first Wednesday of each month. So next in February, we'll have some more cool swag there. So definitely please register, because that does help us out and with the Kauffman Foundation.
Don, where is that QR code on my screen that I don't see on my screen?
Yeah, it's taking me to somewhere else.
Oh, Jen, are we?
The QR code takes you to 1 Million Cups Fairfax
Yeah.
page, where if you type in your email, or you may need to create an account, but you shouldn't have to, it will help you register. So I just used it, so I know it takes you where you're supposed to go.
Where on the screen? I don't.
You should see a screen that says check-in website, or scan this big QR code right on the screen.
Okay, now it does. I'm sorry. I see it now.
Okay.
No, I was just going to be impressed if the QR code took us to different places.
Yeah. All right. Well, that QR code will be available other times. So if you miss it this time, we'll have it on the screen again. All right. All right. This doesn't happen by magic. We do have a bunch of us that do organize this meeting every week. We have an organizers meeting on Mondays, and on the screen you can see the various people, the organizers and the brand ambassadors. We also have a couple of partners, and so we've got the Veterans Growing America. And actually, the picture down there is Don L. Johns, who was one of the founding members of 1 Million Cups Fairfax. And so we support Veterans Growing America, and we also have a partnership with Fairfax County Economic Development Authority. And there you can see that QR code. We also have sponsors. We have a location sponsor, and that is the George Mason Enterprise Center. And Jen, you want to?
Sure. Hello, I'm Eddie Hill. No, Eddie Hill is the Business Incubator Director. I highly encourage you to reach out to him. He joins us typically in person, which is the first Wednesday of each month. He joined us last week. And what I think is differentiated and unique about Mason Enterprise Center Fairfax, one, it's got a whole ecosystem, office spaces in Fauquier, Prince William, Arlington, here obviously in Fairfax right off of 66. They have dedicated mentors. You can be a virtual member. You can have office space there. We actually meet in their big training rooms. So if you deliver a lot of trainings, you can rent the space, or you can be a member and use the space as well. So just something to consider as you're thinking about growing your business. If you need a space where you can hold team meetings, board meetings, again, they are a great partner, and you do have dedicated mentors. They have 18 mentors. So, and that's all part of the membership. So it's not like you're paying extra for them. With that, I'm going to turn it over to the one and only James Lawson.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks, Jen. I'm James Lawson from Impact Business Solutions. We are this month's coffee sponsor, and delighted to do that. So Impact Business Solutions is a coaching and consulting training company. We specialize in working with what we call early stage businesses around helping them build what we call their 7-figure marketing foundation, where we focus on their ideal client, messaging, differentiation offer, etc. We also offer fractional sales services to the marketplace for companies who are more in a growth mode, don't want to hire a full-time sales director. We will come and work with those companies and help them devise their strategy, implementation, and help them build their high-performance sales team. So that's me, James Lawson, Impact Business Solutions.
Great. Thank you, James. You get to work with the guy with a cool accent.
You do.
All right. So with that, how our meetings work, I think everybody here's relatively familiar. Today we've got a town hall meeting, so it's a little bit different, but we'll be doing breakout groups today. But the only thing we ask is that you keep your comments and be kind. I think I can leave it at that. Be kind, positive, and we're here to help each other out and to learn from one another. So that's our goal here. And with that, let's jump to the next slide. So here we are. Where do you find your insights and inspirations? We thought this would be a good way to start off the year. Here we are still in the month of January. And so we are going to do some breakout rooms, and we're curious for this first breakout room. We'd like to talk about where you get your new insights. Is it podcasts? Is it books, courses? So we're interested to learn that. And then Jen, that link to the shared document is going to allow us to document this. Is that the?
That is correct. I'm going to stop sharing. I'll put this question in chat.
Okay.
We're going to do 10 minutes in a breakout, and then we'll do a debrief back in this room with everybody so we can all learn from each other. But what we're also going to do, and I trust everyone to not delete things or mess with stuff. I'm going to put a link to the shared document in chat. So in our breakout rooms, we can capture ideas. I'd love for the 1 Million Cups organizers to lead each breakout room. You'll see a breakout room pop up in just a minute. I just need to make sure we've got an organizer in each one. All right, you're going to see a breakout button pop up. You can click the join button. I'm going to do this randomly each time, so you'll get to know each other as well. So what I would ask is when you get into the breakout room, very briefly introduce yourself, and then we'll dive into that first question. And just to give you a sense of what we're going to have, hopefully 3 breakouts. The first one will be about where do you get your new insights? It could be from your mentor, podcast, books, courses. The second will be about what are the best networking opportunities you found. And if we have time, the third will be what are the best AI tools. So just to give you some insight so we can manage the scope of our discussion. So again, it'll be 10 minutes. So I'll bring us back at 9:23. We'll do a 5-minute debrief, and then we'll go back into the next breakout. Any questions before I move us all around?
Jen, my pop-up disappeared before I could click on it. Could you send it again? Thank you.
Absolutely. You should all see it show up.
Hey, Jen, just to be clear, everyone, there's going to be someone in that each breakout that has access to this document in order
Correct.
to make the edits. Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
Did you just come back into the breakout room?
Yeah, we did. Are
Yeah,
we supposed to to tackle the second question, which is I
Oh,
think
I thought we were switching. Like
I did too.
I thought we were switching people because it said you're leaving your breakout room.
yeah.
Maybe we're just, are we in the main room?
Someone's still writing. So people are still writing around breakout. Oh, here we
I
go.
think we're, yeah,
There
I
we
think
go.
we're in the right breakout
God.
room. I mean, I think we're in the main room.
I got scary for a second.
All right,
We're
so
back.
we're back. Anybody want to debrief from one of the breakouts?
I can from my breakout. I had to take notes because the breakout session I had, somebody else was typing. So I did it the old fashioned way and I'll type it in later. Letting in, oh, you go. Great. Our group uses things like YouTube, social media, Facebook, interfaces with other people, a lot of networking, emails, AI. And we got into a deep dive into AI and identity and being private versus having people see who you are. Books like Men of Mark, and also one Sell or Be Sold. And nobody was really taking courses, a little bit of training in their fields and podcasts. Dan talked a little bit about it in his business of security as a quick summary. And I will type it in later. I don't know why the one I had somebody else was typing on.
Well, we have edit access, so we can all type. What I would say is if someone's typing, just press enter and type in a different row.
Okay.
Um,
By the way, I tried and it wouldn't even allow me to request edit access.
you should be able to, if you click on the link in chat right now, you should be able to have edit access.
No, I
'cause
had the same, Jen.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
did
I
change
did.
it during the breakout, so you should have edit access.
Okay. Okay. Then I took notes.
Perfect. And the more specific we can be, the more terrific we can be. I know that's super cheesy, but yet it's true. I love that we're saying we're on Facebook, but tell us a specific thought leader or specific book. John Rudenberg, welcome. We just finished our first breakout where we were discussing top ways we learn new insights. Full confession, I don't know if anybody does Zentangle. I've been doing that, and it's prompted me to want to learn to watercolor painting. So that's going to be a course I'm taking because I also believe we need to de-stress and relax as entrepreneurs and have a creative outlet. So
Jen, what was that?
nothing I'm proud to confess. No, Zentangle
Oh,
and
okay.
watercolor painting. But mainly it's just a way to sketch and learn how to draw. I think I'm a terrible drawer, but they show you step by step, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can at least doodle. So anyway, so other debriefs. John Foster, did you guys want to debrief from your room, or does anybody else?
We had a good conversation. I think one of the things that it's going to depend upon the business, and then one of the things came at John Norris, who's in the exciting field of insurance. From a content standpoint, there isn't a lot of content there, but where his focus is the marketing around, getting clients is where he focuses, as far as, looking for help and looking at different places. And it certainly podcast was a big discussion in our group as well. And I'll confess that I enjoy listening to podcasts on double speed. So trying to save time. It depends upon who's speaking, though.
One tool I'll put in here is Blinkist.
Oh,
Yep. And it is one where you can get a book summary and you can try it out and see if you like the book, and then you can decide if you want to read it. It is a paid service, but you can listen quickly to a book, John Foster, just like you were saying. You can also read the summary online on the website. Other folks, John Norris, do you have any that you wanted to call out? Any tools, classes?
I'm old fashioned. I read books. So that's about it. I don't really watch podcasts. My ADD, I just get too, like, I can't, they're too slow for me, and I just don't or get to the point, great, you're 20 minutes on your life story. I mean, cool, but I'd like to learn something here. Probably not going to be your friend. So anyway, I'm not going to call some host of a podcast, but yo, man, I'm looking for friends. You like down with it? No, I mean,
John, that same thing came up in our group. We were saying we read because then we can get to the piece that we want to
Right.
get to.
Yeah.
And you don't have to listen to all the blah, blah, blah.
That's exactly it. And you can, I'm old fashioned, but you can write in the margins or highlight, and tab a page. And if something really was impactful, you can, go, oh, I remember it. It's in that book, and you can reread it like within minutes. Where like on a podcast, are you going to Google, and then if it's an hour, what, was it 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in? Just I'm old fashioned.
You're listening to the wrong podcast, John.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you.
That's all right. I watch YouTube videos on 2 speed sometimes, or 1.5. Sometimes it starts to sound like they're on helium and it's not good. All right. So if you have other thoughts, please drop them in the document or drop them in chat and we'll add them. Our goal is to share this document with you at the end as well, so you have access to it. All right. Our breakout number 2. I'm going to put it in chat now so you can see it, but I'll also broadcast it again. And I'm going to recreate these. You may be in some of the same rooms. You may not. Just roll with it, I would ask. And Rachel, by the way, great to have you join us again today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I can hear you now, so that's better.
Great.
All right, I am going to open all rooms. You'll see the breakout or the join button pop up. Again, the breakout question this time is, what networks are you part of that are really important to your business or to you personally? And maybe what ones are you considering in case you need input from the group? Again, just introduce yourself briefly before we get started, because you may be in a room with new people. And you should see the join button pop up. 10 minutes and we'll come back and do a quick debrief. People are still typing. I love it. Tom Foster, you want to kick us off?
Sure. I will say I learned something from Tammy Miller about the virtual metaverse networking. Had no idea.
Well, what was the thing about the glasses that make people avatars? What's that? That's like way out of my pay grade.
It's the Meta Quest. Yeah.
There you go.
So basically, I joined a group called Women in Metaverse, which is through Facebook. And this lady owns like a metaverse where she actually talks to different types of individuals about their businesses and all. So she just had one a person that was called Bubblegum Planet that talks about what she does as a special education teacher. So I joined that group because it's like really inspirational and it's part of the metaverse where you can create your own avatar, be in the metaverse or virtual reality, which are goggles that you have. So I like that one. And then I also was in another group as well that's Women in Business through the metaverse.
All right, you win the prize for most creative networking.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
No.
Anybody who else want to call out other networking groups?
1 million cups. Even though we're not networking, it's a different kind of
We're organic.
communicating and sharing information.
Absolutely.
We also
would
talked
like to
about the
share-
social
oh.
collectives, which are regional, but Prince William, Loudoun, Fairfax, and I think Arlington, I think. It's interesting depending on which session you go to with the social collectives, whether you go to the morning coffee or whether you go to the happy hour, the different vibe that it has in terms of the business owners that attend. And it makes it's good to find a niche. And they've been interesting for networking. And I've seen some crossover within 1 million cups and the social collective.
Rachel, thank you for that, Amy. Rachel?
I would like to recommend my good friend Leslie Kane. She has a networking group luncheon called Why Not Today. And she has, it's more of an intimate luncheon with about 30 people, different topics, and usually nothing to do with business related. And so instead of doing like the whole elevator pitch thing, sometimes she does a topic that you have to stand up and say, and you can't say anything about your business. You just stand up and do the topic. And then it's more of an organic relationship building that way. And we also have a smaller, even smaller group that meets for breakfast the third Friday of the month at my tea shop, which is about 8 people. And it's kind of like a network / mastermind session for about an hour and a half. And I really like that style of networking where it's more intimate and you can really build relationships with people on a more personal level. And I think those kind of things stay with you longer than the larger networking groups. So I also learned
Rachel, I'm sorry. If you don't mind real quickly, do you mind sharing that? Because when you said you have the tea brunch, sorry to interrupt. Do you mind sharing that? Because I have an interest in that.
Oh, it's I put it on the document, the Why Not Today Leslie Kane luncheon.
Okay.
So yeah, I put it on there. She does have her luncheon tomorrow, actually. But I was also going to say, James also said something really important about going to large business networking is to get a hold of the organizer and ask them if specific people are going to be there so that you have specific people that maybe the organizer can introduce you to or go in with a plan as opposed to just going through the sea of people hoping that you meet the people that you want. So thanks, James, for sharing that. It's a great idea.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rachel.
We also talked about trade associations, professional associations in our fields, and they are really where you can make some big impact learning from others in your field, as well as what's working, what's not working, and other types of things like that.
Absolutely. As we're into the new year, one thing to consider, this is a rule that I employ, is you can join 1,000 networks and all of a sudden none of them are effective because you have no time. I try to think of 4 buckets. Networking with my peers. So Melinda, like you just said, people that are experts in your space, networking where my clients are, giving back, a network in that space, and then something fun. So just something to think about. All right.
Sorority. I do sorority
Yeah,
and I
totally.
get a lot out of it. Alumni group.
Absolutely. Alumni groups are fantastic. All right. Our last breakout is around AI. So what are your favorite AI tools? Which ones are you considering? In the document, you will see, not to overwhelm anyone, but just to make a point, I've included, not because I put it together, I just found it, a list of 100 AI tools broken out by category. So research, AI for images, copywriting, things like that. But as we go into our next breakout for the last, let's say 7 minutes, and we'll come back and wrap up, please share what AI tools you're using or which ones you might consider. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to recreate our rooms.
I hope I can be in John Norris's room again and again.
You don't want to be in my
I'm
room?
out of here.
Oh, I've had Alex.
Oh no, Amy, I'd love to
Unless
be in
I
your
end
room.
up with Rutenberg, then I'll come back to you.
Are there any other requests I should take into account? You're like, I
I
don't
don't
want.
even know how to respond.
All right, so there is that organizer in each group. You'll see the blue pop-up button again. We'll take 7 minutes. We'll come back and we'll wrap.
Wow.
John,
That was
you're,
too,
Yeah.
that was too
Eliyahu.
funny. That was
Okay.
way too funny.
Right. You got to meet with James Lawson. Very serious.
All right, I'm
More
connecting with
important
him on
about the
LinkedIn
advice
right
by
now.
Wilson Lawson.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm going to take 1 minute if anybody wants to call out a critical insight from the breakout room, this last breakout. There are a lot of AI tools listed in the document, but does anybody want to share one that they use the most?
Jen, we talked about not realizing how many tools we were using that are AI powered or have developed AI components. And if I can just be a devil's advocate here, can we also pay attention to the impact on the electrical grid that AI is causing? And that's it. I'm going to leave it there and shut up.
Or that every time we ask AI something, it gets smarter and we're leading to our own doom? No. Yeah, sure. You could say that. I'm just kidding, sort of. All right, John Foster, I'm going to hand it back over to you.
All right. Well, it's great. Well, I guess our final question today, I don't know if we have any answer except that document. What can 1 million cups in our community help you with today? Well, that document should be a help today. So make sure you take advantage of the document, which is, Jen, I guess, well, everybody has access to it, right? Because you got the
They
link.
do. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second and I'm going to
Okay.
download it and I'll upload it as a Word document. So if anybody wants
Great.
to grab it, they can.
Wonderful. And Jen, I think that what we're doing here today, I mean, this is part of, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, one of the challenges out there that we have as entrepreneurs is just the sheer amount of information. And so one of the things that we try to do here is to help distill some of that information down to, to help you understand what's been helpful to others to, help you, find the tools that will be helpful to grow your business. Well, with that, excitingly, next week, we've got Maria presenting next week. So very excited about that. Got hands clapping for you, Maria. Looking forward to it. And then, kind of what we were talking about today, event resources. Definitely go to the links on this page because there are networking events abound. Definitely take advantage of those. And with that, we always, if you're thinking about it, you need some help, we are here. We've got Maria next week, and then February 5th, as we mentioned earlier, that is, I think we're going to rename that as the swag meeting on February 5th down at the Mason Enterprise Center. We right now have an open spot, so if you'd like to present in person, we'd love to have you. And then consider that as well for the in February as well. So anybody out there that is looking to do a presentation, love to have you there. And finally, please spread the word. Follow us on social media. The QR code there will take you to all those links. So please spread the word. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all those places. And use that, take advantage of that QR code. Hey, if you'd like to participate, become an organizer. Very easy to do. Type in me in the chat. Love to have you. It is a lot of fun. You get to meet some people. And as we talked about, this is an organic networking group. You get to work with some great people. And so love to have you as an organizer. And with that, oh my gosh, it is 10 o'clock on the nose. Stick around for a few